The Stradivarius seduction pattern. One time, way back in college, I took a jazz appreciation class. I knew nothing about music at all at the time, but I was a fan of blues-based rock, Rolling Stones, Jimi Hendrix, Clapton, Led Zeppelin, etc. And much to my surprise, I learned a lot of technical details about the music I already enjoyed. Basic 12-bar blues, the call and response technique, etc. And the class did what it advertised. Understanding the structure of music actually led me to a deeper appreciation of music. But one area of jazz that we studied was a weird period in American jazz history, when a bunch of dudes got together and just played whatever they felt like. No key signature, no rhythm, just a bunch of dudes playing whatever instrument they felt like playing in a way they felt like playing it. This was during a very experimental period during the mid-60s. Needless to say, those guys didn't sell a lot of records. Music has been around for a long, long time. And we humans very much like music with a structure. Way back in ancient Greece, the Pythagoreans were experimenting around with different sounds. There actually was a cult of Pythagoras, or a cult of numbers. We're generally taught that there was a dude named Pythagoras who came up with the right triangle rule, but historians tend to believe it may have been a bunch of number-worshipping guys. Anyhow, another thing they discovered besides the right triangle rule was how different lengths of strings sounded good together. The lengths of 1, 3, and 5, when all vibrated together, just sounded right. If you take a regular instrument, there is a main note played, like on a violin. An A4 note, for example, vibrates at 440 hertz, but just a pure sound of 440 hertz doesn't sound so interesting. But when you play that note just above the opening on a hollowed out piece of wood, it creates a whole bunch of other notes that are mathematically related to that 440 hertz. The internal chamber of the violin creates the timbre. And throughout history, guys like Stradivarius made perfectly constructed resonance chambers to create absolutely beautiful sounding music. Even if you're a hillbilly playing in a hillbilly garage band, you can put together a bunch of stuff to create a resonance within your sounds. You don't need an education, or you don't need to know anything about music or mathematics to know how to do this. As the Pythagoreans figured out, we all have an inner instinct to find out what sounds beautiful and what doesn't. And it's no mistake when we humans meet other humans, we use words that reference music, like vibing with somebody. Or when a guy meets a girl and tells her they are going to make beautiful music together. Resonance is truly a beautiful thing, and you can find it everywhere. Best of all, between two people who are vibing very well. To learn more, visit mindpersuasion.com/3x3.